How you doing, Brian King, UK Flooring TV? We're over in Telford at Peter Jones Carpets and Beds, Dan's place. We're doing this month's monthly roundup. We haven't done one for a bit, really, have we?
It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah.
Well, it's just busy with work, things like that.
It's been a long while. How long's it been?
A couple of months. Yeah. This month we're doing a Carpet Fitter of the Year 2024 special, because it's the semi-finals next week. So we've got Ian James.
Week after.
It's only going out next week. This month we're doing a Carpet Fitter of the Year 2024 special, because it's the semi-finals next week, isn't it, Ian?
It is, Brian.
Next week. Also, what we've got coming up today, we've got tool giveaway. We did the draw for the general knee kicker, what Steve Rassell from RWS sent us. We put the competition out
a long while ago. Yeah, it's a vintage kicker now.
Yeah. The new one's out now. So we're gonna do the draw for that today.
We'll get the rust off it.
Yeah. Also, Steve sent us some more stuff. We've got a Roberts tool bag, Roberts knee pads.
They're good, those. I've got some of those. They are really
I believe
good,
so. We've got flexi nozzles for the mastic ones, what Ian swears by.
I thought they were something else.
Yeah, like beads.
Also, we've got a Draper adjustable bevel, probably for getting angles and things like that. But I think we might do something with apprentices on these.
Yeah. It'd be good to give something to the up and comings, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So we'll think about what we can do.
Giving them out. Yeah.
We'll do this. Yeah. Also, as well, Matt Bourne from Floor Skills, he's donated a free course to give away on the banding.
Course, yeah.
The banding and whipping
which
course.
is on in August. Yeah.
So the next one's in August.
Yeah.
So we'll run some sort of competition, so you can win that. Also, we'll have a look at what installations we've seen over the past month.
Yeah. It's been hard to find stuff. For myself, it's quiet at work, and I notice there are jobs on the internet, but it's not as frequent as normal, is it? You could normally open Instagram and most of my feed would be carpet jobs, and they're not really. There's on Facebook, all I can see is people asking if they know what this sample is in the real world. That's about all the info I'm getting.
Yeah, it's pretty slow at the moment. All across the.
Everybody's
the
I've not been this quiet for years, but I'm quiet. I've got work on, I'm ticking along, but nothing with any money.
Yeah. And it's not every day, is it? It's not flat out every day.
No,
really, so.
No. Also, we're going to be having a look at the semi-finalists. We've got Ed Judge and Compere, Ian James.
That's me, yeah.
So we'll have a look at who's made it through to the finals, and there's some new ones this year. What I've never heard.
There
of names,
is actually, yes, and people actually. One of the guys, Gareth, he was at the NICF Open Day, and I haven't seen him for years, and now I'm going to see him twice in a case of a few months.
I met him there. Yeah, he told
from
me
down the West Country.
Yeah.
Also, we'll have a look at what courses are coming up. We'll have a look, see what fitters are doing. We'll look at the courses for July, because we're like middle of June now. Have a look at what Floor Skills are offering and CP assessments. So we'll have a look at that.
There's a lot of training available nowadays, isn't there?
Loads.
Yeah.
Loads.
See a lot of apprentices. There was a time you never saw up and coming youngsters or apprentices. Now you can see there's posts of a lot of people doing the training, isn't there?
Yeah, well, the industry needs
the last
it.
5 years, I think they've come through with the training for the
trying to draw
school
people
leavers and youngsters
in. Yeah, something's got to happen now, so it'll get to a point where, for as long as I can remember, there's been a shortage.
Well, a year
of us guys in the flooring industry,
and there's a lot of women coming to the trade, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, I assumed that there's a lot of them was doing it before, but it's just you see more of them now with the posts and pictures on the internet, don't you?
I had one working for me years. That was 20 odd years ago.
Yeah.
And that was quite unusual. I only knew of, I think, 2 other women that worked. One was in my area actually. It was her and her husband used to go out together working.
Yeah.
And there was another one who was sort of, I think it was Birmingham way. But other than that, I didn't know of any other.
No. I mean, my mum used to work in the shop, and everything that we fit had to come off a wagon somewhere. I mean, Mum would be helping unloading rolls and getting stuff off, because some drivers would help and other drivers wouldn't. So, I mean, even if you work in a flooring shop, you're getting big things delivered and you're having to pull them around, aren't you? It's a hard job.
I only ever knew a one woman floor layer. She was from Manchester. But no, I know a few.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. You see a lot, don't you? Yeah.
They have a good eye for detail.
Yeah.
They sometimes have, a better eye than we do. I mean, that's where when Rachel was working for me, the customers loved her, because she'd go in with the samples and sit down, and they'd have a cup of coffee, and with the lady of the house, and they'd sort of battle out between them what was going to be best to go on the floor, and they used to love it.
Yeah. We've got a lot of lady decorators around here.
There's a few in Wigan. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look, see what...
So you got me going upstairs and sewing on the sewing machine, and then and we got the ladies out going doing my job. I'm not saying that sewing is a lady's job, though. I could get myself into a lot of trouble here.
Actually, Rachel used to unload the lorries, and if the guy was messing about, she'd push him out the way, because she was strong as an ox anyway. She'd just get out of the way. We've
got a driver that comes here, and I tell you what, she can flipping pulls things off the van better than I can.
Right, the first one I've picked, it's Travis Robinson.
Yeah, he's from America, isn't he, Travis? Yeah,
that's somewhat gone into that.
Yeah.
He's good with the motifs and design work.
Yeah, I've seen a few motifs he's done lately. I think because he's trailblazing the motifs in America, isn't he?
Yeah. We met him at the Floor Skills motif course, didn't we?
Yeah, and we saw him at Harrogate as well.
We saw him at Harrogate.
Saw him there both.
I wouldn't start with that.
No.
Is that wood? That's wood, isn't it? Or is
LVT.
He's done it in LVT, because he does wood, doesn't he?
No, I think it's LVT though.
We'll be waiting for him next year, won't we?
Yeah,
in the competition.
Will. Yeah,
get your entry in.
LVT Fitter of the Year.
Yeah, he'd be a good entry.
We can be Britain's Got Talent. No one from Britain comes on it anymore.
Well, there's no rules. You've got to be from
no, you just got to get here, haven't you? Yeah.
We did have a guy from Holland entered, but he didn't make it through to the semis. I think some of his answers got a bit lost in translation.
Right. This one as well, I've picked this one, it's by Phil Marshall. It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a bit of work in that, isn't there?
Yeah.
I don't think people realise the work involved in doing LVT on stairs.
On stairs, no. I mean, the time it takes as well, when you hear how long it takes to do them. Like, blooming heck, I haven't got that patience.
Well, of course, LVT, you can be half a mil off with your cut, and it shows, especially on something that's cream coloured, something like that. You've got a dark line as soon as you've not cut that accurately. But I mean, with carpet, you've got a bit of fluff on it, so you can hide.
Yeah, and it stretches, and yeah.
But yeah, that caught my eye, and on a Friday as well.
Yeah.
Was that surprised your eye was open?
Somebody needs to have a word with Phil, taking a job on like that on a Friday.
This one of yours.
Yeah, it's a restaurant with David Ford, Matthew Bowles and a few of the other lads there. I saw that when they put the post up, but when I was looking again the other day, I saw it. There's a bit of work involved in that. There's a few different styles there, and you've got a bunch of good fitters out on the job as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's nice. What have they used in there?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that Ave Maria?
Actually, it might, because I don't think that's the Carndine. It's not the Carndine one.
It looks like they put there's a few different floors all connected together. There might be numerous products there, but it's a good job, and that little picture doesn't do it justice. Have a look at the post. It's there's a lot more on there.
Yeah, because there's different areas and different designs. I did see the post of that, but yeah, that's spot on.
Very nice. Matt Bowles, former.
Yeah.
Another one of yours, Dan.
Yeah, Matt Bowles there with nice pair of bull noses. That's the thing when you're doing a bull nose. It's one thing getting one to come out all right, but then when you've got one mint one, now you've got to follow with another mint one. Yeah. He's managed it there. So yeah, that just took my eye.
The thing is with Matt Bowles, everybody associates him with LVT and thinks he just does LVT, but it's just as equal
on the carpet, isn't he? Yeah.
Back years ago, he started. I think he was one of the first ones to start bending all the stripes and things.
Yeah.
Well, he is as equally as good in carpet as LVT.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got an eye for detail, doesn't matter what you're doing, you look into it that much, don't you?
Yeah.
And he's passionate about the trade.
Yeah.
He'll, like you say, LVT carpet.
And I didn't really want to mention him twice, but I had to.
Ooh, Matt Knowles.
There you go, Matt, you're on here twice.
Another one of yours, Dan?
Yeah, Ian Hall. I just something different there, and it made me laugh with the. He said about the hide from the U-boats.
What carpet's that?
I couldn't tell you.
It's different, isn't it?
It's different, isn't it? Yeah, and I mean, you'd have to step back and look at that a few times, wouldn't you? You'd get lost in that pattern, wouldn't you?
Spot the ship.
Yeah.
Well done, Ian.
Yeah, that's really good.
Destructive camo.
Is this one of yours, Dan?
Yeah, just a bit of Ave Maria, just looks fresh, doesn't it?
Brian Plant Flooring. I like Ave Maria.
Centralised always helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, so he's got it nice down the hallway there.
I mean, you don't have to have a big complicated job for it just to stand out. There is actual in things that look pretty simple. There's a lot of complications, isn't there?
Yeah. I'm surprised other manufacturers have not kind of replicated Ave Maria style, because it's, you know what I mean, it is impressive, the designs they do.
Yeah.
But it just seems that Ave Maria do those sort of designs.
Yeah, you don't see many printed tile like that, do you?
No,
they're normally grain or stone or.
Have you done much Ave Maria?
No. I did one job, and that was the green sort of. I'll call it peppermint. They do a green one, and it was in a basement that I did. And that really is the only one that I've done.
You don't hear a bad word about it, do you?
No, I've not.
I thought it fitted nicely.
Yeah, you don't see it covered in masking tape when they're fitting it either.
Another one of yours, Dan?
Yeah, just the art of flooring. I know the people from there. Just a nice wood job, isn't it? Again, a lot of work in something like that.
Where are they from?
There's more in-depth pictures on there. Don't ask me where they're from, Brian. I'll remember when we've gone home, but.
You mean looking at that closely? There's some work gone into that.
Yeah, and there's more in-depth pictures if you wanted to look at the post. But that just stood out, something different. I don't normally see wood on my feed, so, and it's someone I know. Nice bit of work. And again, this is someone we know well. Jason Draper is in the NICF. Instructs the naturals, so that's why you get a job like that. Come out nice, isn't it?
Yeah. He's a bit of an all-rounder, Jason.
Yeah, there's a couple of pictures of the same job there.
He does like naturals, LVT, he even does flat weave, doesn't he?
And he says on there he loves the naturals.
Not to be confused with the draper that make the sliding bevels and
no,
and that sort of thing. That's a different draper. Unless he's got a sideline.
Yeah. Well, if he has, he'd be a multi-millionaire.
What's this one?
It was just a repost to John Rains. Again, just a lot of work on a set of LVT stairs using some of John's profiles.
Have you ever done a staircase in LVT?
I have.
I have. Is it time consuming?
Oh, crikey. I never thought I was going to leave the place. It was one flight of stairs, and I did it for the customer, and it's in Oxford, in Bicester, and her sister lived round the corner, and when I had done the stairs, her sister came in and said, I want that doing on mine. And I was so pleased I'd finish it, because there is a lot of work going in, because you've got to ply all the stairs, get the nose-ins on, the alley wraps it was in that case, and make them all look nice. And then I was so pleased when it was all finished, and then I did end up doing the sisters for her, actually. I thought, I can't really say no.
I think they lead the way in LVT profiles, don't they? Stair rods.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always developing stuff there's always
Johnny never stops thinking, does he? Never.
And if you look at when the bendy ball first come out, and there's a few people trying it, and now how popular it is, it's I'd say he's a big wheel in the flooring game, isn't he?
It's a simple
the company.
Bendy balls, such a simple product when you think about it.
Yeah.
And
he also puts the quality into him, doesn't he? You just don't get a normal
many
profile that's weak. Everything with stair rods doesn't just fall apart under your hacksaw. You really have to put some work into it, don't you?
You get a lot trying to copy it as well, but they're nowhere near as good quality wise.
No.
You'll probably find the Chinese are going to try and copy it.
I don't think he skimps on his products. He doesn't do budget products, does he? He does stuff that does. I mean, he's in the higher end of the market there, so your LVT's not cheap. Your solid brass metals go with expensive stuff as well, don't they? I mean, he hasn't got budget written anywhere on it.
He does a massive
top quality, classy stuff.
Yeah, good choice of stuff.
Nice guy as well, John.
Yeah, he is. But you don't say anything to him about, we could do with something that, say, transitions from this to this,
because he'd be made by the morning.
He'll have made it, and he'd have been working on it.
Even them easy shims that he does, there's fitters out there using them all the time, isn't there?
I know. I put some down on the job, and a guy actually said, "What are those? Not seen those before." He said, "Last guy came in and did it with some smoothing compounds. Made a little ramp, but I said, no, these come in different sizes."
Back in the day, it'd be a newspaper.
So, what else has been happening in the industry? NICF, they had an open day.
They did, yes, yeah. I went along to that. You were away, Brian. Oh, you were ill.
Yeah, I went on holiday to Thailand and got an infection in my leg, so I was in hospital.
He got one of those infections.
What goes on in Thailand stays in Thailand. Well, actually, Brian brought some back with him.
but it was a good day, actually. I think there were about 10 companies came and exhibited. I know there was Ardex Bostic and Hansen with their Ballaster, who were quite a new person on board.
They sell tools and things like that.
So there were, and it was nice to see so many people come in and out.
Yeah, I mean we had a turnout, didn't we? And to me, it was worth doing anyway.
Yeah, I think it was. I think generally the feedback on the day was that it went well, and that there'll certainly be plans to do them again in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I think, did Gary supply the bacon
did,
sandwiches?
yeah, Gary at Hanson, he provided all the
refreshments,
all the bacon rolls, and in fact, I can vouch for both the ones with red sauce and brown sauce, because I thought it's only fair that
test them both out.
Quality control, got to check both, haven't you? So thanks to that, Gary. It was brilliant.
But yeah, we had a good day. Met plenty of people. There was a good. It wasn't busy all day. It was a through turnaround of people coming in and out. So it looked like it was half busy all the time, which is it's good. I'd say for the events I've been to, that was one of the best or better ones that we've put on ourselves.
Lots of demos and things.
Yeah. I mean, I just did a heat seaming demo. There was heat seaming. There was cool glide demo. There was naturals.
The whipping machine. There was compounds going down.
Compound, all the smoothing compound. People were pouring bits down, showing.
I think WTC
Gary Haig was there.
Yeah, from Ardex.
Yeah. So that was a good day, and then there was the INDX show at Solihull after that, wasn't it? I think that was a week later.
Yeah, is that the buying group show?
So that was a buying group show that it used to be only open to, it was a green group show, the Greendale group. This year they've opened it up to other groups and more manufacturers, so there was actually more people there. It was a good show, that was. There was a lot of footfall. Got to meet a lot of people. We had the NICF stand, and there was the fitter and CFA were on the end of it. It was a good day. Bit of networking, met some people, some new prospective members, and that. It was worth going to. All the shows are quite good because you know most of the people there. It's networking, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, these events, it's more or less all the same faces. It's a good catch up with people.
Yeah.
Also, Paddy, he's got an open day coming up.
Yeah, that's it. Wolverhampton Racecourse. That's a charity event, isn't it?
He's raised quite a bit of money already.
A long time ago, it was over 10,000, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's raised quite a few quid.
I'm going to be there for that for the NICF.
We'll be there doing some videos and things. Is he still giving his training centre up, or is he? I keep hearing mixed things.
Yeah, I don't. I think that he's trying to work out a way to be able to do more stuff. I think he'd like to keep it going. So I think he's playing it by ear. I think he's just got to go along and see how it turns out. I mean, it's much like any business, like our shop. You can go through a dry spell, can't you? You can also go through a 6-month spell when you're a bit fed up with your own thing because for some reason it's just knocked you a bit, and then you get over it and you come back again.
You get 2 flights of LVT stairs to do.
Yeah, and you feel like giving up again. Yeah.
It's a shame, do you know, if because it's a massive part to the industry.
Yeah.
There's only a few training centres, and Paddy's is a good one.
There's a lot of people been through there as well, hasn't there?
Yeah. It's a shame you don't see more, say, manufacturers backing it.
But I think he's on the road now. He's doing. He's trying to do something on the road. I think he's trying to evolve his business to what the times are changing to, really.
Yeah, because I think he's doing some online stuff.
He's done some online courses and that. Yeah.
But it's difficult, but on a positive note, when it comes to training, if you look how many places that you can go to now for training, I mean, that is great because it's more readily available to guys, but there are going to be casualties because of that, because you've got manufacturers, for example, offering training at their facilities and it's free.
Yeah.
And people like Paddy can't, they plough the money back in, but they can't afford to do it. They've still got mortgages and a building to pay for, so they can't do it for free. But it's,
and he also isn't selling. Whereas they bring you on a course and they introduce you to their products, and then you go away and you start to use their products. When you go to Paddy's, it's the one, he's just got you for that day. You get all the information you need on that course off him, and there is no after sales unless they come on another course. Whereas the big companies, the aim of the course is to introduce you to the product so that you're familiar with it and you start to use it, isn't it? When you're a training centre dedicated, you're not actually pushing a specific product, you're pushing multiple products and letting people make their own decision on them, aren't you?
You have to be quite generic on stuff if it's your sponsors' products you're putting forward.
The manufacturers' courses, they're kind of like an introductory to it, and then if you want to progress from there, then go to somewhere like Paddy's or Fitter or Floor Skills. But they're good. They're really good for like somebody who's say you're learning how to do LVT. Them courses are absolutely spot on. They show you the way forward, and then when you want to progress, go to one of the biggest training centres.
And you also get to meet more people. You go on a course, you get to know someone who's local to you that you didn't know before, or you bond with people, and then you can take a bit of information off them or share a bit when you get to know them on social media. Then if you've got a question, you've got people you can ask.
But 15-20 years ago, there was only Fitter in the whole country offered training, and then Floor Skills come along, and then over the last few years there seems to be quite a few, which is good for the industry.
But it's good to see some of the places. I mean, we met up, didn't we, we met at Floor Skills not so long ago, and that was the first chance I had to sort of have a walk round and have a good look at the building. That's, you got to hand it to Matt.
I just get lost.
What he's done in there is quite an impressive setup that he's got there, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't find my way around. Just keep appearing at the top of stairs somewhere different every time.
When you go as well, you'll go in a room and then there'll be some course going on, and then you'll wander off somewhere and end up in another room and there's another course going on there.
That's right.
It is impressive.
And something else that's impressive, I've heard, you get free pot noodles.
Pot noodle heaven there. You even get the Bombay Bad Boy.
And you've had that. You brought that back with him.
Took a week to get rid of
it. Also as well, I'm president of the NICF, so I've decided this is my last year and I'm standing down. The term for president is 2 years, but I've done 5. I've done 5 years.
About time you moved over, and
I think it's time. I've had enough. So I think it's. I'm still going to stay on the council and be heavily involved with the NICF, but I think it's time to move on now and let somebody else have a go. Because you've been president before.
I've done 2 terms before.
There's a lot of work involved, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's all
voluntary.
It is all voluntary, and it's not during your working day either. You know, you're running a business as well. You go home at night and you sit and you go, "What have I got to sort out for this?" Or
yeah, you just can't ignore the office when it's phoning you in the day and things. You've got to be on it, haven't you?
I genuinely do more voluntary stuff for flooring than I do paid stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We do this.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You do this for free. Costs us.
Yeah.
The NICF. I'm a rep for the NICF, and my area is massive.
Yeah.
So's mine. I was thinking I was the only one.
So you know what I mean?
Well, it's mine. Mine's Anglian.
Daily, you get people ringing, asking advice on things. So
I even get there's a guy from Stirling in Scotland, and he rings if ever wants some advice on something. He rings me, and I don't know why, because I'm not Scotland area. But he rings me.
I get people from other areas ringing me on things.
You're Midlands, aren't you?
Do you know what? I think I'm. The funny thing is, Oxford is not my area.
No.
Even though I live there, I think it's skirted. I'm everywhere but Oxford.
Yeah, mine's Anglia.
I've got Greater Manchester, Merseyside, Cheshire, Cumbria, Shropshire, and a couple more, I think.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind.
It's good to help people out. I mean, that's what the NICF is all about. It's all about us helping to
it's help the members, but also I don't mind helping anyone really.
I know.
I mean, if anyone did want to know anything that I know, which I probably don't, but I wouldn't put a video up showing the whole world how to do it. But if someone wanted to know something, all they've got to do is message you privately, as long as they're not going to put a video up and show the whole world. I don't mind telling you.
I get non-NICF members ringing me. And I can't say.
Well, they're potential members, aren't they?
Yeah. Sorry, I can't give you any advice because you're not a member. So I'd help anybody if they're willing.
But that's the thing. A lot of the time, they're ringing you as a mate or a friend, somebody that they trusted you. They know you perhaps got the answers to help them, because a lot of the time they actually know what they need to do. They just want someone to confirm it for them and say, "Yeah, you're absolutely right doing that," and that's great. And that's where I think our trade is great, because we'll help anybody out, won't we? And as anybody, as soon as there's a charitable job to be done, like after the show the other year, Harrogate show, there was a load of you were going off to do one of the TV things.
Well, I was going to say, there's no end of lads who'll come out and do a charitable thing and put their own time and money, and they don't do it. A lot of them, you don't see pictures or hear of them. They don't want any of that. They just want to do it. And you go out with a good group of lads. So the thing I like about the flooring trade, and particularly the NICF, is the group of lads you're in. And people might say it's like a select gang. Well, it is. That's what I like. I can rely on people. I can ring them up. I can get advice. I can get help. It's and when you're in it, you don't realise that how easy it is to just ring someone up and ask. And years ago, when I didn't really know anyone, I was still in the NICF. I didn't know who to ring. And sometimes to ring up someone who you think is a high up person, to ask them what you think might be a stupid question, you're a bit embarrassed to do. I wouldn't mind ringing Brian up and asking him which way round my gripper went or something, because he probably would laugh at me, but he'd tell me as well.
Yeah, you'll have to ring him because I blocked your number.
I noticed that, and both my profiles.
Also, as well, with the NICF members, we all kind of help each other out. It's like after this today, we're putting a smoothing campaign down in Extension.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get other NICF members help me. I'll help them on jobs.
Yeah.
Right, moving on to this year's competition is Carpet Fit of the Year 2024. Loads of entries this year.
Yes.
Loads of entries.
Yeah, and
good sponsors.
There's all the makings of a good competition this year. I'm quite excited about it.
Also, last minute as well, we've got Ulster carpets on board, which is massive, I think.
Yeah, because that using their products, that's something not everybody may be familiar with.
Woven,
you know, a lot of woven
traditional
stuff, traditional, as you say. Gives it a little bit more of an edge.
Yeah. If you're at the top of your game, you should be working with the top of your game.
Work with equipment, with everything. Yes, we've got our 10 finalists, not finalists, our 10 semi-finalists now.
Quite tough marking as well.
Was tough marking, and I know in the NICF newsletter that went out, you know, had a bit of a dig, because we know the questions.
It's an important part.
We felt they are an important part of it, and we both felt, didn't we, that some people didn't make the effort.
No, I think some people think that they've just got to answer the questions correctly. Yeah. But it's not just all about that. It's
full answer. Explain.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm happy to throw a bit of light on that, as we know it's all that. There's not really a wrong answer, but there's a number of correct answers to the questions, and that's why the questions, I don't just write the questions in 5 minutes. I've had to do research.
Example is, which way does the pile go on your stairs and why?
Yeah.
And if you put it goes downwards because it does, because that's the rule, that's, you've given an answer there, but there's more points available, or you need to explain.
But I mean, also when you think about it, there's what BS, in this case BS 5325, what that says, but it doesn't cover everything. So there's also what's considered best practice could be part of the answer. What you do yourself, because quite often we'll sit and we'll read through the answers and we'll go, oh, yeah, never thought of that. I hadn't thought of that one, and that needs to be in there. So, you know, on one question you can sometimes get like 20, 30 points.
Yeah, it's not just a case of a tick, they've got the question right.
No.
It's how in depth it is, so it's scored on points. Somebody could score 1 point on a question, where somebody else could score 10 points.
Yeah.
But it's all very well knowing the answer, it's knowing why the answer is, why you're doing that. It's all very well to say someone told me to do it, but we want to know the background knowledge. Why do you do it? What's going to happen when you do it? Is basically, we want to know you know what you're doing. And the only way you've got of explaining that when you've got answers is giving in-depth answers to the
so
questions.
You can't answer your questions in the van on the way home.
No. but also it would be good to carry the questions through the competition. The only disadvantage you've got with that, if someone has got someone helping them, or you don't know what's going on, so the questions are really to get you through to the semi-finals and show that you know what you know, and then the practical shows more. So you couldn't really carry the questions. You could probably ask some questions on the day.
Well, when it first
come to what you know,
first started in 2016, now the answers, the scores carried over, and they carried over to the semi-finals, and then semi-final scores carried over into the finals, and you found you got people who did really well, say, on answering questions, and then when it came to the physical challenge, the fitting, you know, would have dropped down a bit, and by adding it all together all the way through, it's sort of distorted. You know, I'm not saying we've ever had a winner who shouldn't have been a winner, because it's not like that. You know, but we had to find a way of, you know, simplifying it, and really, the big showcase is Harrogate at the Floyd in the final, and if you've got somebody there whose work isn't good as the person next door to them, but then they win the competition
because of what they did too.
You know, so that's why, you know, after the semis, everything goes back to zero, and then those 2 days that you spend in the final, you're starting again from there.
And everyone, if you haven't entered before, you've had the experience of a bit of the competition, so that you're not out of your depth if you get through to the next round as well.
So let's have a look who we've got in the finals. First up is Darren Ash from Russia, by the looks of it.
With a pork pie in his hair.
Is that hat made out of carpet?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. That's a look there, Darren. Got to tell you.
Darren's a familiar face. Darren's entered quite a few times.
He has, and do you know what? And I admire him for taking part, because you do put yourself through the rig a bit, you know.
You do.
And do you know what? I really hope it's Darren's year this year, because I know on a number of occasions he's undenied about whether he would enter again, and that, because it can be a bit soul destroying, because you put your effort into it and you think that's as good as I can get it, and then someone else has done better than you, or you get told, well, that's...
Or just something halfway through sort of hangs you up a bit and you just can't get past it. I've had that. I've cut, I don't know, you've seen me cut, how many metals did I cut? I've cut three door metals wrong, one after another, just putting them in the bin one after another. I mean, he was going to start charging me for them.
But, well, when we were saving the metal, I think you actually got a guide dog for somebody. There was that much money raised from the
scrap.
Metal. But you know, for Darren, you know, I just say, I really do hope it's his year, but don't do anything stupid, Darren. Just, you know, get your head down and do what you normally do, just better.
The thing is, I see Darren in the semi-finals, and I think he's
brilliant.
Brilliant. Everything's absolutely bang on. But then I've seen him in the finals where there's like little mistakes here where what shouldn't be there.
But I watched him doing his master. Well, I was doing the course at the other end, but he was doing his master fitter. I think it was that day. I'm not 100% sure, but he's doing his master fitter. Now, when I've done a master fitter, I don't leave the bay. The sweat pouring off me. It's like a living nightmare to get through it. Basically, that's what I feel. He is making himself cups of tea, making me a cup of tea, wandering around eating his dinner, and doing his master fitter, and passed. So
he read a chapter of his book as well.
I did actually see what would have been a nightmare for me. He was just plodding around smiling, making cups of tea for another person, doing the master fitter and me, and eating his dinner and just plodding along like it was nothing in his dog box. So this is the thing. It's sometimes when nerves get on you, it sort of blocks everything. But if he operates like he was operating the other day, which I'd have thought he probably is in with a good chance of, because he has been instructing at Floor Skills for a while, hasn't he? So he's used to being in the bay and he's used to pressure.
But in the semi-finals, it looks like nothing phases him. He just gets on with it. Like you say, he'll stop and have a chat with me. And
whereas I wouldn't chat to you if I was doing it. I just don't even come out of the bay. I don't drink any water or nothing.
You wouldn't chat, Dan?
Well.
So I'm Darren. I'm from Malvern in Worcestershire. I've been in the flooring industry since leaving school. I enjoy pushing myself by attending training and working with other fitters to develop my skills and become the best version of myself and give a better service to my customers. Hence, I am here to compete with other like-minded fitters. Good luck to one and all.
And I think in the finals and semi-finals, you know, guys watching Darren will learn a lot from him as well. Because you say, you know, he hardly puts a foot wrong, does he, in the semis?
No, nothing.
I hope we haven't jinxed him. I hope we haven't jinxed you, Darren.
I haven't jinxed you, Darren. You'll be all right. But I'm not showing favouritism, so will everyone else.
Hayden Barr.
There's a name.
He's another. Was he in the semis? Was he in the finals or the semis? It was a while ago.
I remember him in the semis because I remember him doing his join, because he was doing his join and he messed his join up and he was sort of distraught over it. And I remember in a judging, I think Jeff Hardy was there then.
Was that not Michael Beard? He messed his join up and he was ready to go home.
I might have been.
Yeah, that was Michael Beard. He messed his join up and then
does he look like Hayden?
Nothing like
Nothing
it, really. He messed his joint up and I'm out of my depth here, I'm packing up and going home. So I think Steve Ramsden said, Luke, you've lost all your points on your joint, but you can pull them in other areas.
I'll tell you what, you know, I've had them, and I bet you everyone who's been in that competition when they've been in the bay at something's gone on and I've thought, I've fought myself not to just throw my tools into my tool bag that's there, just pick up the handles and go. Walk to my van, shut the door and drive off. You really well, I've had that. I've had to fight myself to carry on sometimes, and then you get over it and you're back in the flow again. But there's some points when you might mash up your join, something that you consider to be a serious thing, just ride over the top of it, forget the join, just imagine it's mint and carry on, because you're getting marked on a lot of stuff. And also how you've dealt with yourself under pressure when that join went wrong. People are watching to see what your reaction is when things do go wrong as well.
And he might not know it, but I think Hayden's one of the guys in the NICF adverts.
He's on the front of the prospectus, isn't he?
Yeah. They've got a shop in...
is he from the Lake District?
In Windermere. Yeah, they've got a right smart shop right in the centre of Windermere. Yeah. Because I go to the lakes quite a bit, and I always see his shop.
Is that with your boat?
No, actually, no. Mine's on canal. But I entered the flooring industry in 2009, straight out of school, joining my father's business, where he showed me the ropes and I was hooked.
Oh, I like nice little pun there. Yeah. See,
I completed the Floor Skills Apprenticeship Scheme and went on to enter Carpet Fitter of the Year on 2 previous occasions, both times making the semi-finals. So he's entered twice. Yeah. After a break from competing, I'm looking forward to testing myself again, the best in the business once again, and hopefully improving on my previous efforts. So
I'm sure he will, because they do come back better.
Yeah, I think you need to go away and think about it for a year.
Yeah. He's only young though, isn't he? He's only a young lad, really.
So what was it, if he left in 2009? So what
was
he, 30, 31 or something? 31 or 32, something like that.
Yeah. But nice guy, Aidan. Chris Fairbrother.
Yeah, well, I met Chris at the open day. Seen him before. Nice guy.
I don't know. I don't think.
Well, see, I knew his name, and then it wasn't until at the open day that I put the face to. Yeah.
When I first watched this competition a few years ago, I thought I could never be so meticulous with every cut and tuck. I have no patience, yet here I am, one van away from retirement. I started out 42 years ago, and there isn't room here to list all the fitters from whom I have picked up skills. Some who aren't around anymore. I would like to thank them and everyone that make this possible.
That's a nice tribute, actually, because he's acknowledging.
And you do pick things up off people.
You do.
And I see on the internet people who are coming out with all these things, and sometimes it's nice to say where you got things from instead of I do this. It'd be nice to say, well, I do this now, but someone told me. It's nice to know where the information's come from, isn't it?
And also I'd say, 42 years in the trade. That's longer than me.
Longer than me.
You're never too old, Chris. You're never too old.
No. Fair play.
Good luck, Chris. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck to him.
Another familiar face, Ryan Hughes. Ryan's entered, is it twice?
Yes, because he made semis on 2 occasions. I don't think he's made a final.
No.
But do you know what, the one thing I would remember is the last time he was in the semis, from the time before when he first was in the semis, he was a bit out of his depth in there. I mean, it was a good effort. He did well, but you could see how uncomfortable he was, and there was a lot of head scratching going on. And I actually, after he was in the semis a couple of years later, and I actually pulled him aside afterwards and said, I can't believe how much you've improved. I mean, he was a different person.
He was a different person.
Yeah, and
I remember last time in the semis, he did his join in his carpet, and it was all right. And then he went up with his napping shears, napped here and there, and I thought, well, yeah, spot on, like. And then he went back with his napping shears, started napping it a bit more. Anyway, after about the 5th time, he just completely ruined his joint because he napped it that much.
Do you know what I find with napping? You're napping if you've overlapped one on another. There's the only reason that one's longer, or it might be a bit longer because it's pulling out of the back a bit. but normally that one's going to fall out anyway. But basically, napping is when you've just overridden or you're just up a little bit, and when you nap, what you tend to find is if you look at it 3 years later, it's all flattened, and now where you napped is now a dip.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still laugh about that with Ryan. But yeah,
lovely lad too.
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah,
he's
a good one.
I've been in the trade since I left school. I was initially trained by my dad from the age of 14, and I've not looked back. I received further training from another fitter that helped hone my skills and changed me as a fitter. I pride myself to achieve the best possible finish for all the customers and treat their homes as if they were mine. I have a master diploma in textile floor coverings. That's a good attitude.
That is, yeah. I mean, I don't treat customers' homes as if they're my own, because they don't like me sitting down with me feet up having a beer, turning the telly over.
Do you know what? I do a better job in people's houses than my own home.
I don't do flooring in my home.
My own home is done within an hour of me arriving home at 5 o'clock. Let's get this down, I can have a beer.
But I don't mind telling you, Justin backed me up, that our kitchen's been in nearly 2 years. It's 2 years in October it's been in. There is still no LVTs down yet. I'm still waiting for it to settle.
Yeah.
Because
Make
there's
sure
a bit
it's
of work
dry.
he's doing on the floor, yeah.
All my carpets upstairs are just completely knackered.
Yeah.
You just don't like doing it for yourself, do you?
I've got a lovely sewn
I don't
bull
notice
nose,
them.
hand sewn bull nose, and then there's a hole in it this side where the old gas pipes used to come out the bottom of the stair. When I had the new heating system put in, they took all that away, buried it all under the floor, and I never changed the bull nose.
Next up, Stephen Johnson. I don't know him, but I know of him. He's from, I think he's from over Liverpool, way near me.
Yes, I think you're right, and same again. I sort of have heard the name, but you know, is he one of these guys that we got to look out for?
I think so. I've heard good things about him. Chadwick Carpets. It's over Merseyside.
Yeah, there's a lot. They've got a lot on Instagram as well. Some good work coming out of there.
From what I have seen and heard, it's very good. So, I'm Stephen, and I install mainly carpet for my family business, Chadwick Carpets in Merseyside. We have an excellent team within the business, and I'm lucky to work alongside my mum too. I've been installing carpet for around 15 years, and I've enjoyed attending training courses during that time, notably floor skills level 1, 2 and 3, and also through fitter. I'm also a member of the NICF, and I've found many benefits for myself and the business. I have 2 little girls and a little boy on the way, and I love spending time with my family. So,
great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good luck to you, Stephen.
Yeah, good luck, Stephen. Another familiar face, Richard Long from Scotland. Cracking fitter, Richard. Brilliant.
Yeah. And a lovely
Yeah.
bloke. He's made the final twice before, I think. He's made the final.
Yeah,
and he's relaxed. He's drinking cups of tea.
Lovely guy. In fact, do you know what? The 1 year, I know we don't have a bet on it because it's wrong, but I said to a few people that I said, my money's on Richard. You know,
he did really
well in the semis and that, and then you know it didn't work, didn't come off in the final. But it's a whole different lot of pressure in the final because you've got sometimes there's a couple of hundred people stood there watching you, and I know we have to, as well as judging, we have to sort of make sure that they're not encroaching on the guys' spaces.
But really nice guy, Richard. I'm Richard from Dundee. I've been in the carpet industry for the last 35 years, mainly installing domestic products. I'm excited to be in the Carpet Fitter of the Year semi-finals again. It's always good to catch up and compete with like-minded fitters. Best of luck, everyone. There was one year, there was quite a few from Scotland in it.
There were 3, I think. There was Richard, there was Jamie Nelson,
and Tony,
and Tony Newell on it, and
it's a long way to come, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a long way to come. It's great that they make the effort, and
you're dedicated, aren't you, coming that way?
Certainly, but he's a very nice guy, Richard.
Good luck, Richard. Good luck. Next up is another familiar face, Johnny Reeves. Johnny was in the semi-finals last time, wasn't he? The carpet one.
He was, yeah. Very quiet, Johnny, because he sort of was a bit under the radar, I think, because he's. I remember him being there, but I don't remember talking much to him. I think might have been nerves. I think kept himself to himself.
We always see Johnny at the trade shows, don't we?
Yeah,
he's always he's at everyone.
Is it his mate who makes the leather holsters?
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah. He always comes over and has a chat.
Yeah,
he's a nice bloke.
He's always with a couple of his mates, isn't he?
Yeah,
he is a nice guy.
I remember Johnny from the last time. He were cutting grippers around the radiator part, and he had a Dremel, and he were shaving the 30-degree angle on. Which, when I looked at it, it looked really impressive. But in the competition, you don't get any extra points for things.
You don't.
Like that.
No, you don't. You might. Do you know what? You might get a point because you've impressed a judge with the finish of it. But the time that it takes, my advice would be just cut pieces.
Just fit it every day. Fit it, but the best you can.
Yeah, because that's what it is. It's all about how stuff is done every day. Yeah. The normal, but just better, flawless.
I remember seeing him doing it. It took him quite a bit to do.
Basically, stuff that's in your tool bag, normal carpet fitting tools.
Well, I'm Johnny Reeves. I've been in the flooring. I've been fitting floors for the last 24 years.
He doesn't look old enough, to be fair, bro, does he?
It's probably an old picture, isn't it? I am now the director of the floor design studio in Skipton, North Yorkshire. I'm very proud to be part of the Carpet Fitter of the Year and to be in a competition with some of the best in the game. Good luck to all involved. So, I knew he was from like Yorkshire way.
If you see how everyone's wishing everyone else the best of luck as well.
Yeah. That's good, and he'll be the local lad, won't he? If he makes the final,
Skipton is all around the corner.
Yeah, save on a hotel bill there, Johnny. Go home each night.
Always thinking. Danny Thornley next up from Salford. So just a gentle reminder to all the participants: keep your vans locked and keep an eye on your tools.
The thing is, you can't meet a nicer bloke.
He's the nicest bloke in flooring, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a nice attitude, then he's...
Very good.
he was in the last LVT competition, he was in the semi-finals. Same again with Danny, a lot just think of him as LVT, but he's an all-rounder. I think he does naturals, he does safety flooring, LVT. I think he's a bit of an all-rounder.
Oh, does he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Money grabber. I never had you down as one of those.
I don't know when he had his ears pinned back. I'm only joking.
He's not.
But Dan is a really nice bloke. Dan is done all the courses at Paddy's. So he's at Paddy's quite a bit. He's even, I think Paddy had to go to a funeral and he stood in.
He stood in, didn't he? I did hear about that. Yeah. Actually, it was Paddy told me.
Yeah.
I was talking to Paddy one day and he said
he comes across well, doesn't he, Danny?
Yeah.
I know him personally, Danny. And he's done he's jumped in on a couple of our videos.
Yeah.
The last video, you had to go and do the
show.
So Danny came along to Wolf Tools. And we had
right.
Yeah, we did some demos of the...
It was a good job, really, because Bri rung me up the night before and asked me about it, and I says, I'm at the show tomorrow.
What time are we meeting tomorrow, Dan? They double booked me. But Danny stepped in and helped out. But I'm Danny. There's not much material I haven't worked with over the past 20 years in and around Manchester, particularly Salford. I see my trade as a craft, and I've recently been investing in my career, so making it to this stage is genuinely a dream. Thank you to all at the NICF for this amazing opportunity, Danny. I hope he does well.
I hope he does well. I hope he does well, because he's just got that great persona about him.
Yeah.
Very easy to talk to.
Proper fitter.
Yeah, it's good.
He's the sort that the little old ladies would love, wouldn't they? When he's working in their house, he'll chat to him. Oh, come and see my love, yeah.
Yeah, good luck, Danny. Best of luck, pal.
Good luck.
Steve Whitburn, another familiar.
A veteran, Steve.
Yeah. He was in it it was early days, wasn't it?
Yeah,
when
he came
back.
in a few years ago. He was in the semi-finals, but
is he the one what cut himself?
He cut himself. Yeah.
You know, he'd finished his bear and he was just getting all the bits together, and his knife was on the carpet, and he hit his knife with his finger, and it went quite deep.
I think it went in here, didn't it? It went in.
I know he had to go to hospital.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause he was pumping out blood. He was bleeding out, wasn't he?
Yeah, and you docked him loads of points because he got blood on carpet.
Well, he got blood on the carpet. Yeah. So
but he went to hospital. Did he have butterfly stitches or something?
He had something, and then he came back to finish.
Carried on, and it opened up.
And it opened up again. Yeah, that's right.
So he got double points deducted because he got double blood on the carpet. But the thing is, up to that point, he was doing really well.
He was doing really well.
He's a nice guy, and
And do you know, I'm going to say, I think Steve's going to be one to watch, because in that semi-final, I remember he was doing really well in that semi-final that year, and you know, it was just unfortunate that trip to A&E put the kibosh on it for him. But you know, perhaps maybe for the semis we ought to get a red carpet just in case.
Claret.
Yeah, because if I can't see anything, we won't deduct him any points.
Do you know what? I am surprised Steve didn't come straight back in, because he did that well. You'd have thought it have came in.
Yeah, perhaps it took a long time to heal.
It was quite deep, wasn't it?
It was quite deep. I know it was. Yeah, we do. I know in the final.
If any of us have taken...
Jeff heard he went white.
Yeah, I can say, if any of us have decided you need an hospital, it's bad, because black tape works miracles on us.
Yeah.
Even Steve said, "Oh, it's a trip to hospital, that, mate."
Yeah, and Steve had to take him in his car, didn't he?
I'm Steve Whitburn. I live and run my flooring business in Torquay, Devon. But I'm originally from Birmingham. I've been in the flooring trade since the mid-80s, and I've been involved in almost every aspect, from domestic and contract installation to estimation and retail. I'm looking forward to this year's competition, as it's a great event to push your own standards and meet some great guys within our trade. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Steve again.
Yeah.
Hope he does as well as he did last time.
Yeah, I'd say I certainly think he's probably one to watch.
Yeah.
Last on the list is Gareth Williams. I don't know Gareth.
I know Gareth.
Yeah, I do as well. He came to the open day, as I said earlier. He came up, and now he's made it through. And
I've just seen the picture big enough now to know that I know Gareth. Yeah.
And I first met him, I think it was a training course I was doing. It was long time ago, and I haven't seen him for years, and now it's going to be like twice in a couple of months.
Yeah, I think they're core floors on
Where are they from?
Instagram.
Where's he from?
Cornwall.
He's Cornwall. Yeah. Down in Cornwall.
Oh,
They do binding and fitting. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Straight at NICF, and then when I went to Birmingham, he was at Birmingham as well.
Right. I've been in the flooring trade for 20 plus years. I started my career in a carpet and furniture shop and was sent out with the fitter one day. I enjoyed it so much, that's where it all started. I have completed numerous flooring courses over the years and feel it is a privilege to be part of the Carpet Fitter of the Year, as the competition is a great way to show off these skills.
It's another one to watch, because I've not...
See, unknown quantities we've got here. Yeah, we don't. You don't know till the day, do you? Which is quite good for us.
It's good you get people not only who are not members of the NICF, but people who you don't see like online all the time, and because a lot of these forums, it's the same people, and
Well, that was the trouble I had looking for the jobs. It was just going to be the jobs were going to be the same people from month after month, because they're the only people that constantly post, aren't they? So it's hard to find different people to showcase sometimes with our photos.
Yeah. Well,
Do you want me to post something, Dan? I'll post
you can post
my bathroom floor. I'll get round to doing that in the next couple of weeks.
And then I'll have something to talk about.
Yeah, herringbone, of course.
Vinyl though.
No, it's Carndine. Bit of Carndine going out.
Separate pieces.
Yeah,
you're coming
separate
advanced now.
Yeah, I said to the plumber, could he not screw the toilet down?
So we've got 10 semi-finalists, and it's going to be dwindled down to 5.
5, yeah, 5, and for the final, and
which will be held at the National Floor Show in Harrogate.
it will be,
as always.
yes,
Which is September sometime.
They've Alex from Ocean Media, she's confirmed our space that we've got there for the competition this year, so we'll be in our usual spot in the King's Suite.
Yeah, it's quite busy down there because they've got some more exhibitors. It used to be a dead end basically.
That's right, but they've sold out the other hall,
Yeah.
apparently, I think, now, so it's going to be busy down there.
So again, last year's Fitter of the Year was busy all the time. The seats were, weren't they?
Yeah.
That was about the most people I've seen gathering round constantly was last year. There was a big turnout there.
It was busy last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, it just grows every year and it gets harder every year.
Yeah, and more wider people are entering as well, which makes it better for me.
Well, it's a challenge for us to try and make it harder each time as well, because because the guys are getting so good and so sort of seasoned. It's a job to find something to throw at them now that will really challenge them.
And the judges challenge, they're really good.
Yes,
they get better and harder every year.
That's right, but we won't be revealing what that is until the guys we get our finalists. We then tell them what it'll be, because
when you do a briefing, don't you? When they get the semi-finalists, whoever gets through then gets a briefing on what the criteria is of the final, and a brief insight to what they'll be using and what they need to do.
Yeah, because we have to send them the materials because it's homework for them, isn't it, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But yes.
And again, that's one of the things that it doesn't. The points don't count. That's a separate thing, isn't it?
There's a separate prize given for that, but points do go from that towards your final score. But it's only a few points. It's just because that is the judges' challenge. But we have a winner of that. We haven't had the same person win both yet.
No.
So
see, that was another thing what I've been asked. If you win one, say you win the carpet, you're not allowed to enter the LVT, which is not true, is it?
It's not true. No, you can't. You can't enter the same competition twice if you've won it. But Carpet Fitter of the Year and LVT Fitter of the Year are two different disciplines. So, like, for example, Matt Bowles, when he won LVT Fitter of the Year, he could have gone into the carpet one. It would be really nice to have somebody who won both, actually. Yeah. But no, we haven't had that yet. But no, if that's what everybody thinks, it's not true. It's just if you've won Carpet Fitter of the Year, you can't enter Carpet Fitter again. Yeah. Because it's just the reason for it is just so there is a new one each time. Yeah. In that discipline, because you may have someone who's absolutely fantastic, walks away with it every year, and nobody wants to see.
Just because they're a better competition fitter. That's
what it's all about. Yeah. There are guys
not necessarily a better fitter, but operate better in a competition because they've practiced competitions. Is the thing, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it this year. A few names what I haven't entered, which I would have liked to have seen entered, but that's the way it goes, isn't it?
I quite like this clean sweep.
Yeah. But there were some that entered, and on their questions, we were quite surprised, weren't we, that they didn't do better in their questions. I mean, there were a few. When I've got to admit, when I don't always look at the name on the paper, because I don't want to prejudge anybody, so I'm looking at the questions rather than looking at the names.
It's a good idea, that, because first thing Gardy will look at the names and then start it.
And then we go through them, and I try not to, because I just don't want to be influenced. But there were
quality fitters who
do you know what I would say
by a few bit of writing,
half-heartedly, in my opinion, answered them questions.
Because there were at least 4 people that that spring to mind straight away that I would have thought would have been made it straight into the semis, and they're not in it. And it's just they didn't accumulate enough points to go through. I mean, we've got to be totally fair with it.
And all the information's out there.
It is.
And also there were more entries this year, so
you don't have to know
competition.
You don't have to know these answers. It's research them.
You can get the answers, yeah.
You don't need to know them, but we want to know that you do know them, and the only way we've got is making you research them, so that also you're getting something out of it by answering them and looking up things. You're also learning, aren't you?
It's answering them as fully as possible.
Yeah,
that's the key to it.
So good luck to all 10.
Yeah,
and we'll
looking forward to seeing you
next week, Ian.
Next week. Yes. Am I a week ahead of us? Yeah, I'm in France next week. Yeah, no, that's what it'll be. But lots coming up. That'd be nice to see the 5 guys that make it through.
Yeah.
So
it'd be nice to see the work. Can't wait to see them in operation.
A lot of changes as well going on this year, and you know, as we've said, with the competition, it's hosted by the NICF. You know, that's what we do. We host it.
You don't have to be in it.
You don't have to be in it.
We would like you to be in it, but
anybody, and you know, all you've got to be able to do is fit carpet or fit LVT.
Yeah.
If you can fit other things as well, that's great, but they're probably not going to be in the final unless we get a sponsor who decides they want
put Regipol under it.
But no, I've got to be honest, it's hard enough now, isn't it, when we're trying to sort out what the guys do, and that we do, because we don't throw it together, we do think about stuff, don't we?
Well, it takes a year to organise.
It does, and a lot of stuff. You know, it doesn't leave a lot of time for other stuff. I mean, it's a good job he's stepping down as president.
Yeah. I'm going to have a go.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my name down for the vice president.
I know.
I think you're making a brilliant vice president.
I think you are. And I'm going to throw my hat in the ring, as I've said, and I'm going to
have a go for the president.
Just for president, so that there's, shall we say, a safe pair of hands at the wheel until it gets to the point where you've come out short trousers, Dan.
Well, I think you're on the council. You're the longest standing.
I'm the
person.
oldest one on there, aren't I? I'm the oldest.
I didn't want to say that, but
she's got granddad rights.
The longest standing, and you've done 2 terms of president anyway. So
I have, and it's just, you know, despite we may come across as messing about and stuff, but we do actually
take it seriously.
Really value the NICF. I know it's been good to me. It's been good to
me.
You, you as well, Dan.
I value it. I do try not to force it onto people who aren't interested. I know some people don't want to hear about it, and I know some people do. So I mean, it's a group that I'm in that I like, and I've been in for 35 years, and the same with yourselves. Doesn't maybe suit everyone, but it suits me, and it suits all the rest of the members. So
95, I think I joined.
Yeah, and when I started working in '89, because Dad was a member, I started with apprenticeship membership, and then went through from there basically.
Not many know, but you're one of the oldest members. What was your number? 600 and something?
604.
Yeah, see, I'm 848.
Yeah.
And
I saw someone else who might have had a number. I don't know if Steve Whitburn or someone. I did see someone else who might have had a number 1 or 2 lower than mine.
Right, training centres. Let's have a look what's coming up in July, because we're in the middle of June, so we'll see what's happening in July. I'll kick off with Fitter. Flooring Industry Training Association. They have a basic carpet course that's on the 29th of July in Loughborough. LVT Basic, that's the 8th of July in Loughborough. LVT Intermediate, the 17th of July in Loughborough and the 22nd in Kilcoddy. LVT Advanced, 17th at Loughborough. Laminate and Floating Wood, that's the 4th in Kilcoddy and the 11th in Loughborough. Wood Sanding and Sealing, Basic / Intermediate, the 15th of July at Loughborough. Estimating and Planning for Domestic, 31st in Loughborough. Natural floor coverings for alternative flooring. That's the 25th of July in Kilcoddy. Marmoleum Basics, the 15th in Kilcoddy. Marmoleum Intermediate, the 17th of July in Kilcoddy. It's a busy month for fitter. What's happening at Floor Skills, Dan?
Right then, Floor Skills, we've got the 4th and 5th of July is the Target dedicated herringbone LVT course. I think that is the express one with the few put together. I think that, is that the new Target one? Might
yes,
be. Yeah. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. The 19th and 21st to the 21st of July, we've got LVT Level 2 custom designs. 16th to 19th of July, they've got carpet fitting Level 1 and 2. 22nd to the 24th of July, they've got laminate and engineered wood, that's Level 1. The 1st to the 4th of July, they've got a Wacol specific wood chevron and herringbone course. Then on the 15th of July, we've got subfloor prep Level 1. The 18th to 19th of July, they've got an epoxy PU resin course Level 1. And the 15th to 17th of July is an LVT Level 2 course, and the 29th to the 31st of July is an LVT Level 3 course.
Busy month for fitter, for Floor Skills as well. So I got in touch with David Russell from CP Assessments. July they've got a few commercial vinyl courses which are all full, and they've got all the LVT courses running in July which are also full as well. So it's pointless booking for July there because all the courses are full.
Yeah.
Lastly, we'll do the draw for the knee kicker. Thanks again to Steve Russell from RWS. He just keeps sending us tools, Steve, doesn't he, to give away.
This looks like a bigger version of Darren's hat.
Yeah. Hey, so Darren's head's not in there.
So we'll get Ian here to do that.
Shall I?
Yeah.
So the winner of the general knee kicker, the Roberts knee kicker supplied, well, donated by RWS, is
Nick Mountford.
Well done, Nick.
Well done, Nick.
Well done, Nick.
If you send us your details, Nick, with your address and things like that, Dan will post it out to you.
Yeah, get the rust off it.
Also, we've got the Robert stuff. What we'll think about. I'd like that to go to some sort of like apprentice or something.
Yeah, that's a brilliant, like a starter pack for them.
So we'll think of something to give that away. We'll do it quite soon as well. We'll not let it drag on like that. Also, the Floor Skills whipping and banding course. I'll do that this week.
Yeah, so there'll be a free place on that in the competition as well.
Yeah. So, and thanks very much, Ian, for coming down.
Oh,
cheers! It's always nice seeing you.
Yeah, and well, we'll have to do when we've got our finalists, won't we?
Yeah, we'll do another roundup and a catch up, and we'll have a look at what happened in the semi-finals. Also, as well in the semi-finals, we've got our live feed. You're doing all the media throughout the competition.
Yeah.
So you can tune into that. Watch the lads over the 2 days, how they're getting on. So and we'll come back after that and do a we know who the finalists are.
Yeah.
Good luck to everyone who's involved in it.
To them all.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Well done.
And thanks for watching. See you next time.
Yeah.
See you. Bye.
Bye.